She was the queen of the courtroom. The one everyone feared and respected. She had a sharp tongue, a no-nonsense attitude, and a way of making people tell the truth in just a few minutes. Yes, we are talking about Judge Judy. But what is she like now, at over 80 years old? The truth about her life might surprise you. Judge Judy, whose real name is Judith Sheindlin, became famous for her television show where she solved small claims cases with honesty and sometimes a little sarcasm. Millions of people watched her every day, not just for the cases, but for her strong personality. She did not let anyone waste her time, and her words often stung, but she always made people think. Time does not stop for anyone. Now in her 80s, Judge Judy's life has changed a lot from what we used to see on television. She is no longer in the courtroom every day. She does not have the spotlight shining on her constantly. And the truth is that life is not exactly easy for her these days. Some people might assume that because she was famous and made millions, her life would be perfect. But money does not always bring happiness. Reports say that she lives a quiet life now, with fewer people around her. She spends most of her time at home and avoids crowded places. The energy and fire that once made her television show exciting are still there, but it is not in the same way as before. Judge Judy has always been independent. She never wanted to rely on anyone and built her career on hard work. But as we age, even the strongest people face challenges. There are stories that she struggles with loneliness sometimes. It is hard when you are used to being surrounded by fans, crew, and excitement, and suddenly most of that is gone. Her health also needs more attention now. Being over 80 years old means slowing down is necessary, even for someone as energetic as her. While she does not have serious illnesses reported, she has to be careful with her heart and joints. Life moves differently at this age. Things that used to be easy, like long days at work or walking around the city, become harder. Family life is another part of her story. Judge Judy is married to Jerry Sheindlin, also a retired judge. They have children and grandchildren. She loves them deeply, but even close family cannot fill all the gaps left by a life that was once public and busy. Sometimes, being away from the spotlight and spending quiet days at home can feel lonely. People may think she would feel satisfied because she achieved so much. And she does have moments of happiness, especially when she is with family. But she also experiences the sadness of aging, of seeing friends pass away, of health slowing down, and of not being able to work the way she used to. Even someone as strong as Judge Judy faces these human truths. Her daily routine is very different from before. Instead of walking into a busy studio, she spends her mornings reading, perhaps watching the news, and taking care of herself. She might still have a few interviews or projects, but the energy is not the same as the days when she ruled the courtroom. This story reminds us of something important. Fame and success do not protect us from life challenges. Even someone who seemed unstoppable can feel the quiet weight of aging. Judge Judy may have millions of fans who remember her words, her jokes, and her judgment, but her life now is slower and more private. It is not all sad, though. She still has her personality. Friends say she is witty and still has a sharp mind. She enjoys the small things, a good meal, a walk, a book, or a conversation with a loved one. These are moments of peace that she did not have during the busiest years of her career. Her story can teach us something very human. Life changes for everyone. Fame does not stop aging. Hard work does not stop time. Even the strongest people sometimes need quiet moments to reflect and rest. How does Judge Judy live now? She lives quietly. She lives away from the constant attention. And yes, there is a touch of sadness in that because someone who was once everywhere now spends most of her time in calm and solitude. But there is also dignity in this life. Even without cameras, without crowds, she is still herself, strong, sharp, and unforgettable. Judge Judy may not rule the television courtroom anymore, but her story reminds us to respect every stage of life, to honor our elders, to remember that even the strongest people have challenges, and to find value in quiet moments. Her life now may be quiet, but it is still meaningful, and her legacy, full of wisdom and truth, will always remain. Thank you for watching. If you appreciated learning about her life, make sure to comment and share your thoughts about how we see aging and fame. Judge Judy might be over 80, but her story teaches us something timeless.